the channel, we take a trip to England, beautiful this time of year, for the 1 of 500 British Bulldog and the British Bulldog 1995 from Grapplers and Gimmicks.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Grapplers and Gimmicks unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a guy that's no stranger to action figures. We got the British Bulldogs. But for all your Grappler and Gimmicks needs, hit up grapplersandgimmicks.com. Gotta go over there, gotta get yourself these Grappler and Gimmicks figures. You guys see me unboxing every single one of these on the channel. Absolutely do like these, as they really do feel like a continuation of the Hasbro style. In a world in a sea of retros, these have been coming through pretty consistently. I think that's a fair assessment. Turning and burning, as we do know. But these feel the closest of all the different retro companies to the Hasbros we originally fell in love with. And of course, many other toy lines, we've been unboxing them here on the channel, all giving a little bit of different flavor to the retro lines, as we do know. But Grapplers and Gimmicks, here to stay and here to deliver the Bulldogs. I believe by my count, is this the third or fourth British Bulldog we've unboxed here just in like the last month or so? Not just the retro companies, we're also getting a lot of Bulldogs from Mattel still in this instance. So you can almost do a top 10 British Bulldogs of 2004 list. I think we're dangerously close to that at this point. But we're also close to doing this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So let's start it off with, how about the British Bulldog? How about British Bulldog from 1995 on this one right here? Looking good, British Bulldog 95, a little bit longer hair on this one. Big powerhouse body, as we do know. Right before he chopped off his beautiful locks. Oh man, a haircut. I've been thinking about it. It's a dangerous thought, but maybe one of these days we're going to trim my hair back to British Bulldog 97 style is maybe what we'll do. We'll see what happens there. But we've got the Bulldog here. Grapplers and Gimmicks as well. Hastel Toys and Collectibles. HastelToy.com, GrapplesandGimmicks.com. They'll both get you any answers you do need on these toys, of course, as we know. Got the old school kind of promotion down here. It does say, with Bulldog Bash. Watch out for that one. And we got Davey Boy Smith up there in the corner. Very Hasbro-like in the packaging design as well. On the back, black and white, got the cross-sell down there. Hopefully going to unbox all those on the channel, as we do know. Grapplers and Gimmicks logos. Got a little bit of that action there for the British Bulldog 95. Looking good. Meet your Hastel toy team. Got that down at the bottom. Choking hazard, usual stuff there. Very, very cool. Real vintage style figure. But for science, we got to take it out of the package. Man, times like these, I wish I was a mint on card guy. But there's just not room for all the mint on card stuff. And I will say, these are always super hard to get off here. I always want to keep it as clean as I can to the card back. I try to, at least. Not always easy. I do save the card back, just like I did when I was a little kid. So I'm going to keep that going on there. See you later. Goodbye, of course. But let's dive into the Bulldog, the British Bulldog here. And Davey Boy, he's just happy to be here in plastic form. Got the big smile going on. Got the nice white pearly teeth there. Long black hair, looking very good. Got the two ears, got the two eyes, got a nose and a mouth. It checks out. He's playing those human hits here today. But a good-looking Bulldog figure. I think I do understand this is the British Bulldog in the stylized look here in the retro line. Looks like the Bulldog to me. Big jacked up upper torso as well for the Bulldog. Obviously one of the powerhouses of the 80s and 90s, as we know. Got the tassels on the arms like a young Ultimate Warrior. Union Jack on the wrist tape. And then we got two fists of British Bulldog Fury right there. Now, there has been some critiques out there online, and I do see it more live here in person than I did notice it on the pictures I saw online. But he does got a little bit bigger upper body than the lower, so it does look a little different here. But, you know, we've seen jacked up guys with kind of, you hate to say a gut. There's no gut on the Bulldog, but hanging over just a little bit. And I guess that to me in my brain is what it's trying to represent there. But I see what people are saying where the top is maybe a little bit bigger than the bottom. Not the end of the world, but not a perfect group together as maybe some people would want it to be. I will say that. Got the Bulldog tights on there and the Union Jack all the way down to the knee pads here. It does say Bulldog on the knee pads. Got the tassels once again like a young Ultimate Warrior. Just copying everything on the Ultimate Warrior Bulldog. What are we doing? White boots as well. Got the arms that go all the way around here. Waist articulation. Then we do get a little bit of side to side on the head. And that is it as far as articulation goes for this Bulldog. And of course we're used to that in the retro style lines as well. But a good looking Bulldog, anybody notices this, sees this, they're going to know this is the British Bulldog. No hole in the foot, so we cannot put him on a stand for those keeping track at home there. But there it is, the British Bulldog Part 1. But now we got to get into the championship rounds here. Always tough to unbox a very rare figure, but we're going to do it today, and we're going to do it for science. Oh, it pains me a little bit, but we're going to unbox the 1 of 500 exclusive British Bulldog right here. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? What are we doing, Kyle? That's where you look yourself deep in the mirror and you kind of come to an understanding that you're going through with it. You're going to unbox this thing. Grapplers and Gimmicks right there. Bulldog once again. Bulldog, what's it say? With Power Slam, very fitting, of course, for Davey Boy Smith, as we do know. And this one, British Bulldog 1996. Last one 95, this one 96. How about that? Got the cross sell once again, a little bit of glamour shots as well. Ready to go, real vintage style figure. Oh, we're going to do it. I can't believe it, but here we are. 1 of 500 coming out of the package. Once again, these will never fall off the card on their own. I don't know how they ever could. Possibly the hardest retro figures, maybe the hardest wrestling figures to unbox known to man. Oh, and I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible. Not always easy. Once again, you know, there it is. I guess it's the way it's going to go. It's going to go a little messy here today. And there it is, the Bulldog out of the package here. Look at that, British Bulldog, 1 of 500. I love the KB style sticker too. If you guys remember KB, if you were old enough, ages 18 and up, 1 of 500, regular edition. See you later. Goodbye. Now it's Bulldog time. Time to dive into the British Bulldog right here. This time the blue and white on this one. Bulldog all over the trunks right here. I should say tights. Tassels down there once again, white boots once again as well. We're going to do some Davey Boy Smith comparisons in this video. And of course, this being a 1 of 500, there's a lot of reuse. And there's always a lot of reuse with retro style figures between all the lines as we know. But this one is a lot of reuse across the board here. And we'll do some comparisons here in a little bit. And we've definitely seen this head before. Short hair Bulldog, longer slick back hair there, but it is short hair Bulldog. Very stoic in the face department. Got the 2 black caterpillar eyebrows up there as well. He does got, of course, the Greg the Hammer Valentine is what I think of a lot of times. Texas Tornado, a lot of different characters with the arm. You got the articulation at the elbow that bends right there. Fist of Fury, Fist of Fury. White wrist tape, blue, red tassels on the arms, white tassels down there on the boots. Once again, just like this one, we got a little bit of that body hanging over the top. Of course, it's a hodgepodge between different Bulldog figures. Looks like the lower half is the identical between these two. And that kind of makes sense when you think of it, 95, 96. They're probably going to have some similar body styles between that. It's only a year difference between the two. So that does make sense. Now, articulation, the arms go around. We saw the bend at the elbow, bend at the head, bend at the waist. That's it. Traditional retro styling right there on both of these British Bulldogs. But, man, it's coming up Bulldog. There's no doubt about it. Oh, man, England is smiling right now with one of their favorite wrestling sons in action figure form a ton of times this year. Let's dive into the rest of those. Let's go back to Hastel Toys, Grapplers, and Gimmicks. This is the one I was talking about. Very similar between these two. Reusing with kindness once again. And then we got this one right here. We got 4 this year from Grapplers and Gimmicks alone for the British Bulldog figures. Very, very cool. Like I said, could do a top 5 easily. Maybe even a top 10. Would have to do the math. But we did get a few different Mattel British Bulldogs as well this year. Of course, throwing it way back to the early infancies of his career with the Epic Toys comparison right there. And then, of course, even Mattel getting in the game in the last couple of years with the British Bulldog. And then throwing it all the way back to the OG Hasbro days. So, man, how many retro Bulldogs do we need? Well, guess what? Other companies are making them. There's more coming in the future. So we'll look for more Bulldogs in 2025, and I'm sure beyond that as well. But I have to imagine Grapplers and Gimmicks line probably putting an end to Bulldog for now. Probably going to lay in the weeds for a while, I would think. I guess I don't know. Probably moving on to more different characters, getting a little bit more variety out there. But once again, you get the mold, you get the license for one of these guys, you're going to get all the money you can out of them. So I don't fault Grapplers and Gimmicks for making as many Bulldogs as they can in the window they have the contract for. It just makes business sense at the end of the day. And we got to remember, all these toy companies, it is a business at the end of the day. So there it is. A double dose of the British Bulldog here today. What are your guys' thoughts on these two? Too many Bulldogs for you? Bring on all the Bulldogs? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. Appreciate the support over there. ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. My book, The Complete Guide to the WWE Jakks Classic Superstar Series, now available on Kindle as well as hardcover, softcover, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. Appreciate the support over there. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Grapplers and Gimmicks, British Bulldog, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.